If you saw a previous video of mine, it was called converting fractions to decimals, so why don't we now convert the decimals to fractions? So if we had 0.5 and I asked you what's that as a fraction, some students will immediately say to me, well, that's also known as a half. Correct, it is. But once again, let's assume you didn't know that 0.5 equals a half. What can you do? Well, in the exam, you need to know your place values. So let's bring 0.5, rewrite it here really nice and big. First thing you do, you look for the number on the furthest right hand side. In this case, the number is 5. What place value is this number? Well, the answer is it's in the tenths column. If you didn't know that, look at my video entitled Place Values. So you know this 5 is in the tenths column, so let's move a bit here. We can immediately write as a fraction 5 tenths, i.e. 0.5 is the same as saying 5 tenths. Why? It's for 5, it's because it's a 5 and it's in the tenths column. 5 tenths. And you know, this fraction is actually correct. No one can argue with you here. 0.5 is the same as 5 tenths. But some of you are saying, yeah, but hang on, you just told me over here that 0.5 equals a half. Well, I did tell you that, so let's go back and explain why. The reason the 0.5 equals a half is because one of the rules of fractions is if you can, you must simplify. And this 5 over 10 or 5 tenths can be simplified. So let me move this to one side. 5 over 10, we can divide top and bottom by 5 because both numbers are in the 5 times table. 5 divided by 5 is 1, 10 divided by 5 is 2. And this is the answer that we eventually quote, which is why 0.5 is a half. In an exam, if you took this answer here, which I will underline in blue, you will get a mark for it. Generous examiner might get you full marks for it. But to be guaranteed of the full marks, you want the answer underlined in green. So just to finish off, I want to do one more example. Let's say I have the number, well, the decimal, shall we say, 0.15. I need to convert this to a fraction. So once again, I look at the number furthest to the right. That's a 5. What column is this in? It is the hundredths. So I now know 0.15 is also known as 15 over 100. Can this be simplified? Yes, it can, because both 15 and 100 are in the 5 times table. So let's go for it. So 100 divided by 5, 15 divided by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Can I simplify this any further? No, because 3 and 20 do not share a times table together. Or another way of looking at it is there is no one number that can divide into 3 and into 20 and not leave a remainder. So I go back to my original question and I say that 0.15 is the same as saying 3 over 20. Once again, if you quoted the 15 over 100, a generous examiner might get you the full marks, but ideally you want to go the whole hog and you want to do 3 over 20. That's it.